years.
Hello, my name is Esther. I work with Ekisa Ministries. We are so excited to be sharing the work that we're doing here in Uganda with you today. I'm a teacher mentor of teachers who are teaching children with PMLD. Ekisa works with a range of children with disabilities, but we wanted to give you a bit of a focus of what we do in the whole organisation, but also specifically with children with PMLD. So first of all, we have our social worker Sakayo, who's going to be giving you an overview of how people view children with disabilities in Uganda and the work that we're doing with families in Uganda. And then you'll hear from our Special Education Director Kate, who's going to be telling you about our school, all the different classes that we have and what we do in each class. And then you'll get to hear from one of our teachers, Carol, who's been teaching a class of children with PMLD, and she's going to talk about what she's been learning and how she's been teaching those children. So I really hope you enjoy the talk, and if you have anything else that you want to know about Ekisa, please get in touch. But I'll now hand over to Sakayo.
Hello everyone, my name is Zakayo and I work for Ekisa. Ekisa Ministries is a child-focused organization specifically looking at children and families of children that have disabilities here in Uganda. Uganda is still a country with people whose perceptions when you come to talk about disability still has a long way to go as far as changing it is concerned. It is not rare to find people still believing that having a disability has a curse attributed to it. Not only that, but many attribute it to witchcraft. Someone will tell you someone was bewitched. It is very common to find, for example, a child has epilepsy and everyone is fearing to come close to them because they fear epilepsy is contagious and therefore they are going to contract it. We are making great use of our finding value tool, which is basically a tool we've put in place as Ekisa, and it guides in transforming or transitioning a parent's mindset from a state where they look at their children as being burdens to a state where they can actually advocate for their children because they see they found value. We are very, very excited that this resource is actually bringing us results. We've seen a tremendous change in parents' mindsets. We've seen children's lives, the quality of their lives improving. We've seen communities coming out to embrace these children. We are seeing a shift, even the government officials, those that we've been able to share with, they are really appreciating a need to change in their mindset to begin seeing people with disabilities as people that have value and can actually have a great contribution to the nation if given opportunities. So we have tried to design quite a number of programs to address that. We prioritize the existence of our social worker department to try and reach out to these families, these parents, educating them, training them, telling them the right and the wrongs about disability. And we've seen a great shift, especially for those we've been able to reach. We are trying to reach out to them through our medical department because the majority of our children have high medical needs. And you realize if it just left to the parents, very few of them can stand affording the cost. So as Ekisa, we are trying to provide direct medical services, daily medications, helping in surgeries, everything to do with ensuring the child's health is kept in check. Not only that, we have a fully-fledged department of therapists comprising of physiotherapists, we have occupational therapists, we have speech and language therapists, because these are some of the needs the children that have disabilities need on a daily, basis. Not only that, we have a special education school in place, because we realized some of these children can't be accommodated in inclusive settings.
Hi everyone, I'm Kate. I'm the Special Education Director here at Ekisa Academy. We're a small school for children with disabilities in the city of Jinja, eastern Uganda. We're part of Ekisa Ministries, whose mission it is to rewrite the story of disabilities in Uganda and beyond. So in our school we have currently 49 students with a range of disabilities, and they are divided into 6 classes according to their individual needs, learning needs and abilities. We have 13 children in our school who are part of our residential home. We divide our children into classes according to their abilities, starting with Orange class. Orange are our most profoundly disabled children, and they are mostly from our residential home. Many of them have medical needs, and they're working on a special curriculum that we brought in from the UK called Impact, and they are working at very early stages of development. They also have a lot of input from our therapists. That's our first class. Then we have Green class, who also have profound and multiple learning difficulties. They use the same curriculum, but are just a little bit further on in their learning. They also have a lot of input from therapists, are starting to work on some daily living skills. Then those 2 classes are the side of our residential home. Then over at Ekisa, our other campus, we have 4 classes, starting with Yellow. The Yellow class are a group of children who are all on the autistic spectrum. They have a very structured schedule. They're focusing on pre-maths, pre-literacy skills, daily living skills, and also physiotherapy, PE, art and music. Then Purple class are also children on the autistic spectrum, but they're quite a bit older. Many of them we're preparing to graduate, and they are focusing mostly on vocational skills. They have their own garden, they have a chicken project, and we're really trying to find out what skill each one of them can focus on so that they can then use it maybe to earn a living when they graduate. So Blue class are also working on the Impacts curriculum from the UK, but are working towards graduating from that and beginning the academic curriculum. Many of those children have quite severe physical disabilities, so they spend a lot of time on physiotherapy in their class. And are really learning that they can communicate what they want to other people. So they're starting to use symbols to be able to communicate. The last class to tell you about is Red class. They're our top academic class. Still working at fairly early stage of academics, but they do maths, English, social studies, science, music, but they also focus on daily living skills and physiotherapy. So that is our school. We're also working with other schools to try and encourage them to include children with disabilities in Uganda, and even to set up special education classes at their school, or even similar projects to ours. We're very pleased to be able to offer the opportunity for these children to get an education, because for most children in Uganda, if they have a disability, they have no opportunity to go to school. All of our students at Ekisa Academy have an individual education plan, which is written by their teacher along with the help of the therapy team. And they all have their own specific targets that they're working on according to their stages of development and what we think is the most important for them to focus on. For all of our children at Ekisa, communication is a very big part of what they are working on, because we want them to be able to communicate to others what they want, and also to learn to understand what other people are communicating to them. Also, social skills and independence is crucial for all our students, even if it's just being able to assist with changing or to take themselves to the toilet. We want to make them be able to do as much as possible for themselves.
My name is Carol, and I work at Ekisa Academy in Orange class with 9 children with profound and multiple learning disabilities. I started as a caretaker in Ekisa home around 8 years ago. At first, I was just looking for a job, and I thought I would give it a go. I was really nervous. I had never done something like this before. I was scared that I would even break these children. I hadn't seen children feeding with YouTube before. It was so surprising to me that they could eat this way and survive. I started off cleaning clothes and taking care of children who were living here, especially those with high medical needs. Then when at Ekisa school started, I applied to be a teaching assistant. Then I was asked to teach. I used to do it under the direction of a teacher, mentor, and I now have my own class. At Ekisa Academy, we give our children the opportunity to have an education that is in line with their unique needs. They all have their ways of communication. For example, some use their eyes, and some use their head, some use their body movement, and others use their voices. And every day when we are learning about how they communicate with us and their friends. In class, we are teaching them to be independent through sensory activities and sensory stories. This helps them to access the stories and to be more active, trying to communicate with us through their routines. They are also learning skills like dressing. We are using a new curriculum to us called Impacts from Rosewood Free School in UK. We focus on learning important skills like communication, developing cognitive skills alongside self-help, physical skills. We work on their communication through giving them chance to use their voices or move their bodies more, like the hands, the feet, the head, and show us what they like and what they don't like. We pay attention so that we do not miss them trying to communicate to us. For example, we have learned that Eric communicates by trying to reach you with a hand, and then David communicates by rocking and shouting, and then Priscilla shows us she likes music by turning her head and smiling and shouting out excitedly. We also give them switches and toys with fun lights and sounds so that they can play with themselves. Children either live here in Ekisa home, or they use adapted school bus to get to school. Some use a boarder a type of a motorbike, and some parents carry them. When they arrive, we give them some fun activities, something to play with related to their target and they're working on. Then we help them stretch their arms, their feet, so that they can be ready for class. So we have a cue that we use in class. That's a chicken cue that we use, and it makes them so much very excited to start off the day. And then we have snack and another lesson before physiotherapy. We try to make fun with songs and toys. At lunchtime, we eat rice and beans and posho with cabbage or greens cooked on a charcoal stove. Some have it blended and some have it in a G-tube. So after lunch, we do some sensory activities with music, and then another activity before goodbye song and going home. We have to make sure the children have had a chance to work on all their targets throughout the day. I have learned through working at Ekisa that every child can learn with every ability that they have. I have learned how to find out what they can do, set their targets, and see them progress. The children are so fun to work with. They're so fun to work with, and they're so loving. I hope children can learn to do things independently, even if in a small way. Some of the topics we do at Ekisa Academy are local tribes, East African communities, farming, transport. In this, we learn, whereas having fun a lot, dancing our local dances, tasting fresh fruits, pineapples, oranges, watermelons, mangoes, and painting with local fish, or making things out of banana fibers, banana leaves, and sometimes a chicken will wander into our classroom, and even a goat. I'm so happy to see these children communicate every day new things and exciting things that they do in class. And it melts my heart a lot to see them learning new things and seeing them grow each and every day. We want everyone in this country to know that these children are valuable and they have something to say.
Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed learning more about Ekisa. If you have any questions, please feel free to comment or to get in touch with us. Our website is ekisa.org if you'd like to know more information or support us in some way. Thank you so much.